Bonnie Hunters, no Raylos, no Ray Nobodies, no sequel trilogy fans of any kind. They're not real Star Wars fans. I've run into too many who said they became fans when they saw the sequel trilogy. And if you tell them that the sequel trilogy ruins everything that came before them, they shit on you. So fuck them. Anyway, all right. First off, Star Wars Meg basically posted a video yesterday talking about a rumor that LRM online posted about a big announcement coming on Friday. The context was it doesn't have anything to do with the book with Kenobi. So, does it have anything to do with Kenobi? What's it got to do with? Hey, Jeremy. It could be Acolyte. Hopefully it's not. It could be Ahsoka. It could be Mando 3 being announced as filming basically Katie Sackhoff without really saying, good day, William, without really saying much, said that they're starting to film. I saw that. It could be anything. Okay. So be on the lookout for that. Now, it's on a website. So who knows what this means? I'm not really making a big deal about it, but I thought you guys should know. And I did hear something very interesting from an old friend whose name will remain nameless. One of my partners in crime from the past. He posited to me and some other comrades earlier this morning that he asked a question. I said I hadn't heard that. Why? Got a hold of something that had a list of actors that were going to be his call sheet. They were going to be in an episode of an unnamed show. The episode is called The Brotherhood. And he brought up the name of somebody, and I was shocked. Not really, though. So I started digging. So far, no one's heard anything. But this actor, this will blow people's minds, and it will blow a lot of naysayers out of the water. Howdy, Cinedave. Cinedave will know who I'm talking about. It's just very interesting to me that this is coming now. Okay, that this is, I don't know if it's true. I like to see the call sheet. The other thing I'm going to give you a hint is it's not Mark Hamill. Okay, it's not anybody like that. Okay, it's somebody else, and it's a good thing. It's a really good fucking thing. Okay, I don't know if it's true. I'm digging. I've got other people looking. Mentioned it to Doomcock and Cameron, and I suppose I'll drop the bomb to Andre later if I get more. I know others are already digging in. If it's true, it changes everything. It changes everything, and it will be the signal that it's done. The moment this name shows up, they're all done. Okay. And that's the thing that really kind of blew me away. I woke up this morning and was like, because I woke up early this morning because I had to take the dog, who's asleep right now, to the groomers because he was, the meme of the dog, and you see this wall of fur in a dog's face in this town. It's just nothing but fur. Yeah, that was our house. That's him. He's on the floor right here. We're fucking inundated with black and gray and cream colored dog hair everywhere. The vacuum bag, just the rug in the great room would fill up the vacuum bag. It's amazing. This dog is amazing. I've never seen a dog shed so much in my life. So I woke up this morning, I was drinking coffee, and I went, ruh-roh. All right, let me explain. We're going to have to be really patient. This is actually the idea that Cameron gave me, and this is going to be the topic of discussion. He was just on Midnight's Edge, and I wanted to do a quick live while I still had the wherewithal to do it, and my husband wouldn't come barging in. We're going to have to be patient. All good things come to those who wait. Fixing Star Wars, and this is, I've said this, and Cameron thinks this is the first thing we have to do. This is where we plant our flag and fight. All right? This is a hill worth dying on. What did Andrew Breitbart say about culture? It is upstream from politics, okay? We have to win this fight for the culture, and winning Star Wars back is the first thing. And what does it look like? What would victory look like? Han as Han Solo, nobody else, not Frank Solo or Jesse Solo or whoever that was supposed to be in The Force Awakens. Leia is not Hillary Clinton anymore, and Luke is not Jake. That's it. I mean, and following the ideas that George had out there, okay? Getting people who are fans of the franchise to write for it. Personnel changes. Pablo gone, Matt Martin gone, Carrie Beck gone. But she won't be gone because she is one of Filoni's stooges, but you know what I'm saying, right? Or a bit in her mouth so she can't run amok. People like that gone. Kennedy, nowhere to be seen. Okay, that's not it. Happened, I think it already has happened. I think she's been told her contract's not going to be renewed. She's out. She's in, basically, they called it, what was it, an extended vacation. And she's just off doing what it might be actually good at, producing, all right? And she's surrounded by far more talented people than she is. James Mangold, that guy whose last name is Butterworths, who's his fellow writer on this, and then Frank Marshall, and then Daddy Spielberg standing over all of them, and probably George. I mean, I don't know why George wouldn't be involved, since Indy is one of his babies too. We're gonna have to be patient though, okay? Rome wasn't built in a day. This is all about money. Jon Favreau makes him a lot of money. Ryan, JJ, KK, Story Group don't make him any money. They lose money. Yesterday, Coach and Nick had a show about Justine Ireland, and the story that pulled up was kind of old. I talked about it. She's already in the past. They're talking about High Republic Phase 2. No one's gonna buy that shit. I predicted it a long time ago that, the Story Group shit was gonna end up at Ollie's. And what did I find last week? Well over 100 comic books. OT, Originals Trilogy comic books, but written by the Story Group and championed by the Story Group at Ollie's. No one wants this shit, okay? Novels. Han Solo with Alden, or Awful Ehrenreich on the cover. Another one with Rose Tico, written by the same jackass, Jason Fry. For $5, you can own this novel. I mean, I went to Star Wars Explained today and I posted, why buy them now? Just wait till they're at Ollie's for $4 a piece and you can get all of them. I'm sure he'll like that. I'm sure Alex will like that. You know, that stuff doesn't make any money. And Chapek understands that. Now, yesterday I talked a little bit about what was going on with the throwing, or with Doomcock's stuff about, basically it looked like the Bobs were basically saying that, no, we really want the original trilogy characters to be normal. We're on John's side. He always, blah blah blah. Here's my theory. Bob Iger is on Bob Iger's side. All the really bad shit was under his watch. And when he saw just how bad Kennedy really was, he took Jon Favreau's call and gave Jon Favreau a budget and said, make a TV show, make a streaming show. And it was a fucking huge success. Okay? A fucking huge success. Then Bob Iger says, I'm on his side. See, that's what Bob Iger does. He's a politician. And he's only worried about his own legacy. And I'm serious. He's only there because he wants it all for the glory of Bob Iger. Bob Chapek is different. I think Bob Chapek has always been for Disney to survive, for it to make money. He understands his responsibility to the investors. And I think he's not woke in the way that Iger pretends to be. Because let me put it this way. None of these people are woke. They just virtue signal it. Okay? Remember that. Hey, Bad Piranha. So, my thing is to defend Bob Iger, even though we all know he absolutely was thrilled with TFA. And then once he realized that the fans weren't digging it in the end, where the merchandise wasn't selling, where there's outright hostility towards what they were doing, he looked for a way out. Okay. Now, Kennedy, she's gonna leave probably at the end of October, at the beginning. I don't know exactly when. Yeah, I think you're right, Jeremy. I do. I think that's true. He's an accountant, but this is all going to be a waiting game. And I've always said this. First off, patience is a virtue. Second of all, to the people who insist that Kennedy's not going anywhere, Doomcock lies, blah, blah, blah. They don't pay attention to the money. They don't care about the money. They care about, their own standing within a club of people who just as soon would stab them in the back as treat them with any respect. So I'm like, I tell them, look, you don't have to agree with us. But the idea that you make it very, very difficult for anybody to have an opposite opinion and have actual evidence to the contrary of what you're saying says a lot. Okay. You gotta learn in this world. Sorry I have to do this, but you guys know my nose runs. In this world, you're going to run into people who don't care about what you think. You're going to realize then, if you're popular, no one cares about you. You understand? You're better off to seek a group of people, a small group of people that really do care about you. That's it. Okay. All right. And the reason is this. You can't depend on popularity. I mean, look, it's not worth it. So if you're, a YouTuber and you've got a fairly big community and a bigger YouTuber brings you on board, is it worth compromising your opinion and your self-respect and esteem to be part of that? To be popular? No, it's not. People will either like you or they won't. All right? And if you're popular, it's because you're perceived as being important in a way for something, whether you are actually responsible for it or not. Okay, it's not worth it. But to them I say, look, if you can't look at the evidence that there is something going on at Lucasfilm to the point where Taika Waititi said they're going through restructuring, you don't want it to get better. You just want to be mad. What was that great line C. Thomas Howell said to Powers Booth in Red Dawn, where Powers Booth said, "That hate's gonna eat you up, son." And C. Thomas Howell said, "It keeps me warm." I mean, that's what we're dealing with, is people like that. And that's fine. I don't care. I mean, I'm whatever. It's just really, we really just have to be patient. Yeah, I did. There is something, Troy, there is something definitely going on. I actually told him the whole story. I've only given you guys part of it because I don't think I'm allowed to say anything about who I'm talking about. And trust me, there are people out there that'll jump down my throat if I mention this. Okay, and they will get mad. All right, they will get very mad. There's no fucks given here, but still, if you know what I mean. So I'm not going to say who. I can safely say it's a name that you guys all know. And it's a very welcome thing. I don't know if it's true, but the person who basically came up and said, "What is this? Did they blah, blah, blah?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Is someone who very much echoed and said everything that Kamran was saying 3 years ago. And he got pilloried for it. He got shit on for it by the usual suspects who are now attacking Doomcock. All right. They're not. Let me tell you, these people aren't cynics. They're just assholes. Okay, and they're stupid. Okay, I don't give a shit if they hear me say that or not. Okay, it's like there's a group of people out there that you need to draw everything in crayon. All right. And if it is true, they'll find something else to bitch about. Because that's what they do. Okay. That's what they exist for. I stopped attacking and stopped getting upset about things. The High Republic is a joke. We all knew that. We all knew that when it got published. We all knew that when they announced Project Luminous. Because what the fuck are you? What? And we were mocking them. And it rightfully so, I might add. Please hit the like button, guys. Thank you. Rightfully so, I might add. Yeah, they do. And I don't know what's going on. Sorry, guys. Man. I don't even know what my point's going to be, but I'm thinking they do feed off of despair, demoralization. They don't want anything good to happen. And I'll tell you something. The conservative side of the issue is very much that way. Always has been, always will be. The most successful conservatives out there are Ronald Reagan, who was optimistic. Shining city on the hill. Remember that? You know, I mean, there are others. I'm an optimistic person, and I don't consider myself a conservative. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. The only reason why Ronald Reagan was a quote unquote conservative is because the Democrat Party was such a fucked up mess. He left. Okay? You know, back then it was. That's how I feel about the Republican Party right now. You can't put an ideology above the country and what's best for the country. And when you have a fat Southern California blonde telling you that, well, I'm a conservative, you know, hating Donald Trump, so, you know, she's a conservative. It's like, but Donald Trump was doing everything you wanted. Closing the border, cutting taxes, you know, basically making us energy independent for the first time in decades, and you hate him for it? Really? You know, that's my problem. That's why I don't follow parties. I am not a Republican. I am an independent, unaffiliated voter who leans libertarian. And I'm conservative in my moral views because I'm Catholic. I can't, you know, go to Mass and genuflect in front of the altar and, you know, support things that the boss doesn't. Okay? I can't. You know, people who know me know that. All right. I don't like the fact that, I mean, I'll give you an example. Mitt Romney, Mr. Mormon, hires Rick Reynolds, who may or may not actually be running for Senate in California. Gay man, married, I don't really approve of that, but, you know, he's a great guy. And I look at people, you know, through merit. Okay, it's a meritocracy. And he did a hell of a job as the ambassador to Germany and as DNI. All right. Rick Reynolds starts working on the Romney campaign, and the conservatives got pissed off because he's gay and had him fired. How did that make everybody who's in the middle of the road think about the GOP? Think about that. I want you to sit there and think about that. You get Donald Trump in there, he hires him, and the guy does a magnificent job. Trump has no fucks to give, and I don't think any of us should. And that's the good thing about him, okay? Just get the damn job done. You hired the best person out there, okay? I don't care if this idiot over there who's, you know, hitting himself in the head with his Bible is freaking out because the guy's gay. I mean, God knows what's in the Bible thumper's closet. That was a big thing in the 80s too, by the way. Remember that? Jimmy Swaggart, Jim Baker, la 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 la. You know, so I'm like, okay, whatever. But we have people like that in the fandom. Okay? We have the EU purists. We have people that just hate Disney no matter what it is. They hate The Mandalorian. They've never seen The Mandalorian, but they hate it. Okay? You know, how can you hate, one of those, what? And they go after Doomcock, they go after Cameron, I mean, I've seen them do it. They went after a friend of mine named Craig. I've seen them do that. Sinadavia, remember that? Remember what they did to Craig? And, you know, it's like, but these guys are right. Why are you, you know, I don't understand the attitude. And they're going to end up having a lot of egg on their faces by the time all this is over. Okay? They really are. And the reason is because it's starting to get, sorry, it's starting to get really, really interesting now. I think things are moving faster than we thought. I really, really do. I think things are moving a hell of a lot faster than we thought. I'm waiting to hear. I mean, I don't, there's, all right, here's this. See, I've got a Cara Dune upstairs. I know Cameron probably has heard things I don't know. I know Andre has. I know Doomcock has. I know I probably have heard things that they don't know. Okay? Everything is moving a lot faster, I think, than we thought it was. Okay? It just seems to me like the whole, okay, we're just gonna fucking do it. Which would, oh, that's cool, Rush. That's cool. It seems to me like somebody somewhere said it's time to just get this shit over with and done. Okay, and that's my opinion. I mean, I'm seeing this happen. This is real. This shit's real, and it's exciting. It's kind of nerve-wracking. I don't know what this big announcement's going to be. I don't know what LRM is. There is a link to the story on this video if you want to read the story. They have a podcast. I tried to listen to the podcast and I was like, get to the point. Get to the point. Get right to the goddamn point. If you're not going to say anything interesting and talk about something interesting before you get to the point, then just get to the point. Okay, I don't want to hear two fanboys, going at it, for a half hour, and then they talk about the topic. All right. Well, the thing I like about Midnight's Edge is that they wait for more people to show up, but they talk about stuff that's real. They talk about stuff that's real, and that's important. Lico, this doesn't have anything to do with Disney Plus. This has something to do with Star Wars. From what the story said, it was about casting the characters, big characters showing up in Kenobi, Leia, more flashbacks with Anakin, as well as dreams, and then R2 and C3PO are going to be in it, which makes sense. So yeah, it's gonna be really, that's gonna be cool because I love the droids. I love the droids. If you live in the Northeast and you have a Giant, we actually have robots going around doing price checks. And every time I walk, and it goes beep as it's going down the thing. And I just look at him and I go, get out of my way, 3PO, get out of my way. And it's funny. But yeah, we got them. We got that stuff. Well, R2D2 is actually the one that tells the story. He's the troubadour and storyteller of the Skywalker saga. So he has to be there. All right. What I love is JJ because he wants to sell fucking BB-8. JJ having him underneath the tarp for most of a movie. I mean, it's like, fuck you, JJ. Fuck you. You dick. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what's happening. But there is something. I mean, and I'll tell you, the person who sent the text out, because there was a group of us, this was random. I did not see this coming about that casting call, and it was for an episode called The Brotherhood of a Show. Yeah, the fifth brother might be in it too. It could be Mandalorian 3. It could be the Book of Boba Fett. They're not about the Skywalkers. I mean, I'll do a video about that too. Yeah, he is, I think. I mean, I would expect he is. He just posted something on his Insta. So maybe someone could ask him. I mean, I didn't ask him, but maybe someone could. Straight out, are you going to be in Kenobi? Hey, Bone. So I'm literally like, wait and see, wait and see, wait and see, wait and see. Look, watch Variety, watch what if Doomcock comes back and posts something else. Yesterday, that video he posted, I was walking around my Happy Land at Hobby Lobby. They have the Christmas trees up. They have a giant 12-footer like my own. They've got a snow pencil tree that I'm seriously thinking about replacing my snow tree with. But instead of that, I really do need, that is stuff I'm already planning, okay? What, you have as many Christmas decorations as I do, you gotta plan. And the tree I have for the military tree, the Marine Corps tree, is a crappy tree. It's a shitty tree. So I'm probably gonna go, there's one at Hobby Lobby I want. And I want it bad. So I'm gonna probably get it once I get everything done. Get my husband talked into it and buying that, and maybe a new autumn wreath for the door. I'm not sure though. I have to go through ours and just see what it all looks like. I mean, I've got a nice, decent wreaths, but I like them more full. But anyway, that's enough on that one. But anyway, yeah, there's something about to hit the fan. There's something big. And I don't know what it is. I personally would like to actually see that casting sheet. Just because I want to lay eyes on it myself. Not because I got any worries about being lied to, but because just the idea of seeing it makes me just go, this person has never been wrong. Never been wrong. When I showed him Pablo's response to what was asked of him, he said, that looks pretty cut and dried to me. They're done. I mean, these guys are just, I mean, they're done and they know it. And now, they're basically, running around flying the flag of the EU, running around saying how much they love the Mandalorian, even though you all know they hated it. It's over for them and they know it. We just gotta be patient. We have to be patient. This is not gonna, Rome wasn't built in a day. Getting rid of Kennedy is a thing that is a very delicate operation. We've seen it play out in the public. Okay? We've seen it play out in the public. One article about every 6 weeks or whatever. you know, the Variety thing, or the Forbes thing, Variety, Atlantic, pretty much. So we have to be patient. This is not going to go poof and she's gone. Okay? It'd be nice. It's not going to happen. And it shouldn't happen that way. It's very much like surgery, and it's also very much 4D chess. And we have to remember that too. You don't get to freeing that company from her and these SJW slugs without being smarter than they are. You have to remember, one of their biggest weaknesses is that they think they're smarter than you are. All right? Every day Pablo opens up his mouth, he proves he's an idiot. Every day his wife opens up her mouth, she proves not only that she's an idiot, but she's a goddamn Karen. Matt Martin, the same thing, all of them. All of them. And they don't realize that that's a weakness for them. It's hubris. It's hubris. And hubris is a weakness. Hubris is a blight in your character. And it makes it very easy for someone smarter than you are to go in and kick your ass, which is exactly what has happened. So, we just got to be patient. But this thing I was told, I'm like, then I'd be like, if they announced it, I'd be like, okay, yub nub, it's over. It is over. It is fucking over. Okay, we're now getting to party like rock stars. And I would tell my husband I'm going to buy some lobster, and all the rest of that stuff, and we would have a feast. I mean, I'm planning. That's what I'm planning. Goddamn party. And everybody, I mean, trust me, everybody on the planet would go live. Everybody. Okay? I would expect to see everybody live. But I don't know what it is. I mean, you've got so much that it could be. That this all could be the announcement. But with this casting, that would be monumental. That would be, and it would be something I never saw coming. I never, because I was like, ruh-roh, what? And it would, I would probably let people just say, oh, blah, 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 I was this, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, But yeah, this is a rut-row. That was a rut-row moment for me this morning. Very happily waking up to that too. Very. But anyway, so I don't know. I mean, I'm just hanging out. Took the dog to the groomers. He was extremely well behaved, thank God. She said she got enough fur off of him to make 3 of him, and he's still shedding like a goddamn... He is very tired though, which is good. I like it when he's tired, because then he's not trying to climb on me and getting in his nose into things it shouldn't be in. That kind of makes me warm and fuzzy. Right, Kojak? He's just like, he opened up his eyes and looked at me like, what? But anyway, this is all good. That actor I told you guys about that seemed like he was in an NDA is back in his homeland. So there's that. But he still hasn't said anything about what he was doing in England beyond, oh, it's a voiceover and a Mopac for a game. No, it's not. What are you doing? Okay, so all right, this is a question out of the blue. When it's hot And let's say like I'm gonna ride her. What I do is I take, you got your curry comb, which is the short, mine's plastic, it's stiff brushed, and you just go over the body in circles. It's okay. And you loosen up the hair. And there's the legend of the C3s. You groom to clean, to check, and to comb. Okay. And you go over the horse curry comb. Then you take a longer hair brush, just a brush. It's flat. Like the old brushes that you used to see men buff their shoes with. They kind of look like that. It's called a body brush. And you go over her with that, and the loose hair and the dust comes off. I like to put a dust repellent on her because it tends to keep the dust off, which is really nice. I spray down with that. I use detangler in her mane and tail and spray her down. Her forelock too. I spray it on the brush because I want to get it in her eyes, and then spray it rubber forelock. I brush her face off and use a wipe to wipe the dust off and clean out her nose. Pick out her feet. Horses, if you ever pick up a horse's foot, a quarter horse is literally, it's hollow, except for on top where there's the sole is and the frog. Kay's got very flat feet. Okay, and so it's very hard on her feet to go on hard ground and everything. And she's got very bad feet. I don't put shoes on her. She's got a very thin hoof wall. And every time I try to put shoes on her before, they would come right off. She'd pull them off. Because she tends, when she canters, to strike her back leg to her front leg and come down on her foot. And that, if you shoe your horse in the front feet, the shoe's going to come off if they do that. So she's barefoot, and she's starting to build a little bit of a natural shoe. Enough, I can ride her in the arena. I can work her in the arena because it's sand, but I don't ride her on trails or anywhere else because that would just tear her feet up. Then you get her ready. Then she's all clean and ready to go. Put the saddle pad on, or if it's a Western saddle, saddle blanket. Take the saddle, put it on, buckle it on. Usually, if you're not going to ride right away, you make it tight enough so it won't slip, but you don't tighten it enough to where you're going to get on the horse's back. Then the bridling happens. And horses, normally, when they see the bridle come, just put their heads down, open out their mouths, and accept the bit. There are bridles out there that are bitless, and they're structured so there's a system that guides them with like almost like pulleys on the bridle. But I would never ride Kay with that because she'd run right through the bridle. For her age, and she's a pretty calm horse. But the moment you put the saddle on her, get her bridled, she's nuts. She wants to go, and she wants to go now. She's what they call a hot horse. And that's when you go. That's what you just do. You just go. That's it. And in the wintertime, it doesn't really change. They get a lot muddier in the wintertime. I usually put a blanket on her to keep her clean and warm. In the summertime, let's say you worked for an hour and she's going to sweat on her chest, anywhere where the saddle touched her, where the saddle was, around where the girth is, in between her legs, in her back legs and her butt. It's going to get real sweaty. And if you were working her for a particular thing with a trot, she might get real foamy back there. So I just take the hose after I take the tack off, take her back out, take the hose and wash off the sweat. Take a sweat scraper, for horses, scrape off the excess water, and then you put her in her stall, because they only go out at night now because the flies are just assholes. And that's it. And it's really, cleaning really doesn't change. Sometimes I don't even use the curry comb if she doesn't have like crusted dirt on her, because that's the only way to really loosen it up is with the curry comb. I'll just take the body brush and just go over her, because she doesn't, she gets a bath once a month when it's warm out. And then I've got dry shampoo I just spray on her for the wintertime, and just spray it on her and then rub it through her coat. Because I gotta tell you, man, nothing is more just aggravating than coming home in the wintertime and realizing the jacket you're wearing, gloves you're wearing, your hair, your hat are covered in dust from the horse. And you can't get rid of it because it'll go right back on them. You're just moving dust around on the horse, and it's like, so it's good to keep them blanketed just for that. Not a heavy blanket. You can use a medium weight. But yeah, I mean, it's keeping a horse clean isn't hard. It's time consuming. But you spend time with them, you give them treats, they like it. I know a gelding, if you scratched him underneath the ankle, the fetlock, he'd start doing this. It was the funniest thing you ever saw in your life. He made me laugh. And he also, when you're done riding him and his halter was on, he'd rub his head on your back. And because, my head itches, so, and there it was. And you're going, ugh. It's pretty funny. Cool horse. I wouldn't mind owning him, to be honest. He's a good horse. Oh, hi, Kojak. Speaking of horses, haha. But yeah, he's a clean boy. He smells good too. Wanna come over and say hi? Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Okay, just a second. There he is. He's very clean. Hi, Kojak. Hi, Kojak. He's embarrassed. If I had a GoPro, I would. It's really, really difficult to do a stream. I've done videos that I've uploaded at the stables, but it's very difficult to stream. There, because all I have is my phone. So it's just hard. And I just tell people, I'll post pictures and stuff, but really I don't ride her anymore. I've done videos from her back, and she's a big horse. But we just got a new thoroughbred gelding up there. His name is Hendrix. She's 16 which is actually average size for a thoroughbred mare. He's over 17 hands. He makes her look like a pony. He is fucking huge. And he's a sweet boy. He's a really nice horse. I'm like, okay, why couldn't you just be a gelding? And she's like, fuck you, I'm not, there you go. But I'll try to figure it out. Maybe I'll just do it. Have my husband come with me, and he'll take my phone and film for me. I'll show you how dirty she can get. But how she's doing, it's just, you go every day or as every day as you can, and make sure they're good, look them over. Every once in a while, you'll have a surprise, like a hunk of skin's missing, or she's got a cut, or, a fetlock swelled up for no reason at all. And then, you start trying to figure out, okay, how can I get this to the point where it's okay without having to call the vet? Then you go from there. Anyway, but yeah, so, but I'll try Troy. I'll try Troy. But anyway, yeah, we have to be patient about what's going on here. And I really think that there's a lot of shit happening behind the scenes. And I think a lot of people aren't telling you the truth. Okay? I really think a lot of people aren't telling you the truth about certain things going on with certain people. And I think a lot of people who are being attacked are telling the truth. You know, my biggest bit of evidence is what Taika Waititi said. You know, well, I mean, what else do you need to realize that there's restructuring going on than one of the top directors in Hollywood saying, you know, but again, there are people out there that don't want it to happen because then they I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Go look up the Family Guy thing. What if the coyote caught the roadrunner? Okay, bye, William. What if the coyote caught the roadrunner? Think about it. Okay. Anyway, I gotta go. So you guys be good, and I'll talk to y'all later. I'll see you around the galaxy.